On the news tonight, Soludo continues to receive accolades on his leadership style. Most Reverend Ezokafo bears his mind on Pope Leo. 78 Nigerians rescued from human traffickers. U.S. to de-escalate trade tensions with China. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of lives and property. Remember the emergency number 5111 and 080-022-00008. Good evening, glad to have you join us on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. President Bola Tinubu says Anambra is clearly on the rise under the transformational leadership of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Speaking at Alex Akweme Square, Oka, President Tinubu underscored the state's commitment to complementing federal efforts, particularly in key infrastructure initiatives. We have the details.
The president emphasized the importance of collaboration between the Anambra state government and the federal administration, noting that the partnership has yielded positive outcomes across various sectors. He assured of addressing critical areas for intervention, stating that it underscores the state's readiness to support national initiatives while also pioneering its development agenda.
Building a critical infrastructure is the determination of this government. We have to invest in our future, the future of our children. And education is the greatest weapon against poverty. I assure you, this country is blessed. Anambra is part of it. Anambra is rising, and we will rise together.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo stressed that Anambra is prepared to support the president, just as he called for unity among all, progressivism, because there is a capable sense of urgency and determination to join forces in this new movement towards a prosperous Nigeria.
The partnership between Anambra State and the federal government is working well. We benefit fully from all the federal programs, including programs on education, health, ICT, agriculture, infrastructure, flooding, ecological response, social interventions, etc.
The Catholic Bishop of Oka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, has urged Pope Leo XIV to pilot the affairs of the Catholic Church by the will of God and take good care of the less privileged. Most Reverend Ezokafo, who stated this, while speaking with the ABS in Oka on his expectations from the head of the Vatican City, noted that the Pope served very well as a cardinal in difficult areas and took care of the poor. The Catholic bishop expressed optimism that Pope Leo XIV, with his impressive profile, would do well and urged him to maintain the fundamentals of the church and use his position to address issues confronting the church and the world at large. He called on Christians, especially Catholics, to support the pontiff through prayers to enable him to fulfill the minds of Jesus Christ for the church. The Nigerian Gas Infrastructure Company, a subsidiary of NNPCL in partnership with Fradro Gas and Power, has concluded plans to lay 24-inch 600 million standard cubic feet gas pipeline from Agbo to Oka to give Anambra a sense of belonging. The gas pipeline, which is the first of its kind in the history of Anambra State, will be laid under the River Niger, passing through Onitsha to Oka with the city gates in both cities, opening up a new business, employment opportunities, direct and indirect jobs along the corridor. Speaking during a preparatory meeting with stakeholders drawn from the Association of Anambra State Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture and Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, the State Commissioner for Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Barrister Anthony Ifeanya, urged the Assembly to assist in identifying stakeholders and off-takers for the project. he described as a game changer. Commissioner Ifeanyi further disclosed that a larger stakeholders meeting has been scheduled to hold on 28th of May by the Nigeria Gas Infrastructure Company, a subsidiary of NNPCL, in partnership with Fradro Gas and Power to make the project worthwhile. Police operatives attached to the Rapid Response Squad, Okuzu, acting on credible information on the 9th of May 2025 by 7:30 p.m. stormed a criminal hideout in Uke, Idemili South local government area. According to the police public relations officer, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, during the raid, 4 suspects were arrested, including a lady, and 3 vehicles were recovered, namely 1 black Lexus GS350 with reg number ENU 561LY, 1 ash-colored Toyota Camry with reg number UWN614R, and 1 navy blue Toyota Corolla with reg number UMZ135AD, as well as 1 HP laptop, 1 car spraying machine, motor wires, and pieces of methamphetamine, popularly known as Mkpurumiri, were also recovered at the scene. The suspects include 1 Chigozie Udolisa, alias T Dollars, Anolu Joseph, alias Blue, Chukwuka Udolisa, alias Udoka Miri, and the female among them, Chinaza Udemezwe, all within the age bracket of 19 to 28. The PPRO said all the suspects have confessed to being members of kidnapping, armed robbery, and car snatching syndicates, with Chinaza Udemezwe revealing that her boyfriend escaped the scene with the rams upon sighting the police. Meanwhile, the suspects are currently undergoing police interrogation aimed at getting more details on their mode of operations and arresting the other suspects that are currently on the run. The Anambra State Police Command continues to work tirelessly to ensure the safety and security of the communities in the state. And still to come on the news, 78 Nigerians rescued from human traffickers. U.S. to de-escalate trade tensions with China. After the break, we're going to bring you the rest of the news. Stay with us.
Anyị chọrọ nri na-edozi ahụ ọtụtụ akwụkwọ nri mana anyị chọkwara ka ọ dị ezigbo ụtọ. Knorr Cubes ọ bụ ya bụ ihe nzuzo eji ngwa nri na-edozi ahụ were mepụta dịka anụ ọkụkọ, parsley, garlic ma jupụtakwa na iron iji mee ka nri gị na-edozi ahụ ma dịkwa ezigbo ụtọ. Ọ bụ ya bụ eri amịcha aka nke ahụ bụ ọkaibe ka anyị tụbe ya ugo.
Gbanwee ụwa gị site n'ịgbanwe ihe dị n'efere gị.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. No fewer than 78 Nigerians rescued from human traffickers in Côte d'Ivoire have arrived in Lagos. The victims, comprising 73 females, 2 males, and 3 babies, arrived at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, around 11 p.m. on Saturday. Binta Bello, the Director General of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, received them at the airport. Bello, in her speech, said that the return of the victims reaffirmed the agency's commitment to the fight against human trafficking. The NAPTIP boss said that some of those responsible for the heinous trade had been apprehended and would face the full force of the law. And on the foreign scene, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has applauded a total reset in U.S.-China trade relations ahead of a second day of talks Sunday between top officials from Washington and Beijing aimed at de-escalating trade tensions sparked by his aggressive tariff rollout. Trump praised the very good discussions and deemed them a total reset negotiated in a friendly but constructive manner. The second day of the closed-door meetings between U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, and Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng is due to restart in the morning, according to an individual familiar with the talks who was not authorized to speak publicly. The discussions are the first time senior officials from the world's 2 largest economies have met face-to-face to tackle the thorny topic of trade since Trump slapped steep new levies on China last month, sparking robust retaliation from Beijing. For our sports news today, report says Super Eagles head coach Eric Chell will include no fewer than 12 local players in his squad for the Unity Cup Invitational Tournament. The Pillars have already confirmed the invitation of their captain, Ahmed Musa, for the Four-Nation Tournament. Musa will be joined by 11 other players from the Nigeria Premier Football League, NPFL. The likes of Nduka Junior, Sikiru Alimi, Papa Daniel Mustafa, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, and Adamu Abubakar are also expected to make the roster. Chill wants to use the tournament as part of his preparations for the African Nations Championship. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television, on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points before we go. Soludo has continued to receive accolades on his leadership style. Most Reverend Ezokafo has spared his mind on Pope Leo. 78 Nigerians have been rescued from human traffickers. U.S. is to de-escalate trade tensions with China. Security is there to stay in Anambra State. In Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business. And for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of lives and property. Remember, the emergency numbers 5111 and 080-022-00008. And that was it on the news for tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujeke. Good night and stay blessed.